Overnight, the global picture is being driven by conflict in the Middle East and its economic spillovers. The G7 has backed a record release of emergency oil reserves, with the International Energy Agency moving to put about 400 million barrels on the market to blunt the energy shock from the U.S.-Israel war with Iran. The aim is to stabilize prices and reduce the risk of a broader hit to growth. But markets are still treating inflation as the key risk. U.S. and German borrowing costs have pushed up to conflict-era highs on renewed price pressure fears. On the conflict itself, President Trump says the war will end soon, while Iran continues to block the Strait of Hormuz and launch attacks, keeping global energy supply risk elevated. Inside Iran, reporting suggests civilians are sheltering at home under continued strikes, and there is growing uncertainty about the country's leadership after an Iranian official said the new supreme leader is fine despite not being seen publicly. In Europe, the EU and UK are demanding Israel curb a surge in West Bank settler violence since the Iran war began, after the UN reported multiple Palestinian deaths. In the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine says it struck a Russian missile component plant. Russia claims civilians were hit and alleges British involvement. Turning to the technological revolution and artificial intelligence, the most material development in today's file is in education delivery rather than new model releases. Technical disruptions, delayed online NAPLAN testing across Australia, raising fresh questions about resilience in digital public services and how systems handle failures at national scale. In Australia, politics and public administration are leading the agenda. Former spy boss Dennis Richardson has resigned from the Anti-Semitism Royal Commission. Richardson had been appointed by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in the weeks after the Bondi terror attack to lead a review into federal intelligence and security agencies, and his resignation now creates immediate uncertainty around the Commission's leadership and next steps. On integrity and the Australian Public Service, a watchdog probe into the Robodebt scheme has cleared former Prime Minister Scott Morrison, but found 2 other individuals engaged in corrupt conduct. The finding keeps pressure on the government and the bureaucracy over accountability, governance, and whether existing integrity settings are sufficient to prevent similar program failures. In Queensland, the new hate speech laws are already being tested operationally. Police say a man has been charged and a woman is assisting inquiries over the use of phrases deemed anti-Semitic under the new framework, less than a week after the laws passed Parliament. In federal coalition politics, the Nationals have elected Matt Canavan as leader after David Littleprell's resignation. Commentary across outlets frames Canavan as a harder-line choice, with implications for the coalition's direction and internal dynamics, including how the party positions on regional economics, energy, and culture war issues. On the Australian economy, supply chain stress is emerging in fuel. In Western Australia, farmers report diesel supply disruptions and extended waits for deliveries, with concerns this could affect seeding and harvesting. The issue is being linked to metro panic buying, highlighting how global energy shocks can quickly translate into local operational risk for food production. Local and state updates. In South Australia, the government says bird deaths along metropolitan Adelaide beaches are linked to starvation caused by a lack of fish, itself driven by an algal bloom. In New South Wales, a magnitude 4.4 earthquake near Borowa was widely felt, with thousands reporting shaking. No specific Australian share market moves were provided in today's material, but the dominant drivers to watch remain oil price volatility, inflation expectations, and any further escalation affecting global risk sentiment.